All right, Bones. Recent Tottenham signing Matt Doherty has had to delete a few tweets from his history in which he praised Arsenal. But as you know, Bones, once you post something on the internet, there's no going back and deleting that history.
Yeah, tell me about it. I recently tried to get rid of the last 12 years of Tottenham's history.
What happened there?
Nothing.
All right, Bones. The start of the EPL is upon us. Starting up not this weekend, but next weekend. So, Bones, I want predictions.
Okay.
It's that time. I want to hear your top four places in the EPL. We'll start with number 4 and work our way up to who you think is going to win.
To build suspense.
Yeah, of course.
Only natural.
Yeah. So, Bones, let's hear it. Let's start with number 4. Who do you think is going to finish in that final Champions League spot?
Tottenham Hotspur.
Fuck you.
Coys!
Did you say Coys?
Yes! Come on, you Spurs! We're gonna do it this year. I got a bunch of gear on the way, Stevie. With Sunderland never coming back in the EPL, I gotta pick a new team, and I'd like to pick someone that everyone hates.
Folks, I'll take the bullet. If I have to cancel this podcast because Bones is going to be a Tottenham supporter, I'll do it. I'll do it for everyone.
Just for this year, man. So, I think
Just for this year?
Yeah, just for this year.
You fucking lose.
My team is Dortmund, but if I have to, I'm going to pick an EPL team this year. And they're going to be in the top 4. I'm going to make that bet at, you can get it right now at plus 300, which I think is stealing. And let me go through why, Stevie.
Yeah, please.
You have a world-class striker up top. Father, Instagram influencer, gender revealer, Harry Kane. All right.
Okay.
You have a world-class marksman, Son, who I love.
What, Bones?
Yes.
Let me float a hypothetical here.
Okay.
What if a conflict breaks out in Asia?
Yeah, well, I mean, Son is an expert marksman from long range, so he could do both at one same time. Right now, he's perched on somewhere a roof in London, just picking off drifters. It's fun for him. He's sick.
Okay.
So, so I'm not worried about his military service. It probably made him stronger mentally and physically.
Mm.
I love Dele Alli. I hate his personality. Love him as a player. Creates things. He's everywhere. I love little Stevie on the wing. I love Lucas Moura.
I'll buy this whole.
I like Winks.
You like Winks? You love Mora?
Yeah, I like Lo Celso. You know, their defense isn't great, but who needs defense?
I'll buy your whole argument if you just tell me what Stevie's last name is.
Wanderlust.
Bergwijn? Yeah, there we go.
All right, and the number one reason I love them, though, is because you have Jose Mourinho, the special one. He's trolling everyone right now, acting like they're going to play offensive. They're going to park the bus. They're going to win a lot of games, 1-0, 2-1. Kane's going to score 78 goals in tune with a lot.
Lukaku's just keeping pace with Lukaku.
Yeah, Lukaku can score 58. Kane can score 70. I believe this. They're my team, and I will not back down.
I just think there's other teams that are far more talented than Tottenham. The only thing that makes me hesitate about that is the fact that Jose Mourinho is in such a good mood. He seems to have regained that old form, the pre-Manchester United form, where he seemed like he was just in an argument with the media the whole time.
Because he knows Pierre-Emile Højbjerg is one of the best midfielders in the world.
Shut the fuck up. But it does make me think that Jose Mourinho knows something that the rest of us don't. Maybe Tottenham, he won the restart. He won the restart, so getting some of those guys healthy, Dele Alli back healthy, getting Serge Aurier out of there, adding a Matt Doherty, adding little Pierre. So maybe Jose has something up his sleeve. We'll see. He seems like he's in a good mood. I tell you what, I don't like Tottenham, but I love Jose Mourinho. So maybe I could put up with that.
Where do you have Tottenham?
6th.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Probably 6th. Yeah, so Bones, Tottenham for you, not for me, just not enough there. For me, though, at number 4, and I'm riding this Arsenal train all the way, the Mikel Arteta. Maybe I'm just lost in those big brown eyes, but I love some Mikel Arteta. Bones, what other manager could take David Luiz, Mustafi, a back line with Socrates in that rotation,
right,
and turn them into a serviceable, not just serviceable, but one of the top defenses in the EPL?
You're making the mistake of
Pep Guardiola's out there spending hundreds of millions of dollars on defenders.
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta's, hey, Pep, hold my beer. I'll take David Luiz, make him a great
He's
defender.
also managed more than like 15 games. Like, it's a very small sample size. It's not going to keep up all year. They're going to be a sieve.
Well, here's a stat for you, Benz. Under Unai Emery, Arsenal was giving up, on average, like 1.43 goals a game. Mikel Arteta, since he took over, Arsenal averaging less than giving up less than a goal a game at like 0.8. So Mikel Arteta,
That was really impressive the first time he used it, like last month. But
it's a great stat.
yeah,
I think it tells a story.
I
Benz.
don't. It's a small sample size. Their defense is going to be awful.
It tells a story. It's not going to be awful. That was the best part about them since the restart. Xhaka looks like an absolute different player under Mikel Arteta. Everybody was there. He was getting booed off the field under Unai Emery. Now it looks like he's going to be club captain. But then you look at Aubameyang. All he does is score goals. Is there any other player in the world that's like more underrated than Aubameyang? You don't have to answer that. That's rhetorical.
I think people think
it's rhetorical. But
who says he's not good?
Silence. And then Lacazette up top. Marlo Stanfield out wide right, and Pepe.
Yeah.
Add Willian to that equation. They get Ceballos back from Real Madrid on loan. He re-upped. So a lot to look forward to.
I think Tottenham's more talented. I think the players I listed are more impressive. I would take Dele Alli, Son, and Kane over Lacazette, Pepe, and Aubameyang any day of the week.
Shut your trap.
I'm being dead serious.
All right, Benz. All right, but let's get on to the what was that, 3?
Yeah, that was 4.
No, that was 4. Let's get on to 3. Okay, Benz.
That really hurt.
Give me your
argument.
third. Give me your third.
Rudimentary math. My third. I'm going with Liverpool. Again, might surprise some people. I think that eventually Klopp wears people. I think he's a great guy. Everyone loves him, but I think you can only be zany for so long. I think the similar thing that's going to happen that happened in Dortmund. Also, I believe not having fans kills them because no one has. They probably have the best home field advantage in the world, I would argue. And then thirdly, I think Salah has a down year, and I think
Based on what?
What?
Based on what?
Just looking at him.
That's the type of yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, I think Salah has
looking at
I
him.
think Salah has a down year because I think he wears people thin.
Have you seen his Instagram page?
Yeah, his
If
abs
you're
look
just
great.
looking at him.
He doesn't pass. That's gotta set people off. And I would say Firmino's gonna have a down year, but he always has a down year. Everyone's just like, oh, you don't understand the space he creates. Oh, his teeth. Oh, he has amazing hair. Oh, I love his tribal neck tattoos. He's not that great.
I do hate the. But Firmino just does so much defensively.
Yeah,
His
gotta
hold-up
score.
play is incredible. Yeah, at some point, I'm with you, Benz. You got to score if you're a center forward. I don't know about the Salah thing. I will say this. It's interesting, and you and I both, I agree with you. Sometimes you get so frustrated with Salah because it looks like he's not passing to a wide-open Mane.
Right.
But Salah did have more assists than Mane.
I know, but
So,
a lot of those are mistakes. He just dribbles so close to his foot. He doesn't want to pass it. It pops off right to mine.
But I happen to agree with you. I have Liverpool in third, and to be honest, if I had any balls on me, I'd throw Liverpool outside of my top 4. Here's another stat for you, courtesy of our friends at ESPN FC.
Yeah.
They tweeted out a couple days ago, since February 19th, Liverpool only won 43% of their matches. That's shocking. And then, there's always the excuse, they had everything wrapped up. They absolutely smacked everyone in the league, so they had nothing to play for. They were out of Champions League. Yeah, but I don't know if it's just possible to turn the switch back on all of a sudden. There's not a big restart or a big offseason. So I put more importance on how teams end this season in particular, than I do in like past years. And for me, I agree with you. Liverpool always enjoyed a massive home field advantage. No fans, at least until December, I would imagine. Or at least a very limited number of fans.
Also, they got lucky a lot. Let's not act like they didn't.
Yeah, goal differential, at least when you compare them to like a Man City, was way off.
Freaking balls 100 feet in the air hitting off the crossbar. Get out of here.
It seemed like Liverpool had a lot closer games that they managed to squeak out with a goal or two. And you look at, they just haven't added anyone. So they really haven't improved the squad either. So interesting to see what's going to happen with Liverpool. Again, if I had any balls, I'd have them out of the top 4.
That's crazy.
But I put them in the top 3 right now.
I think we should say. I love their defense. I love Robertson. Love Alexander Arnold. Love Van Dijk.
Possibly the 2 best outside backs in the world, other than I put Alphonso Davies over Robertson, but some great outside backs, Van Dijk. So if 3 of their 4 on the back line are within the top 3 in their own position. So incredible back.
And then whoever Arteta's coaching.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's outside of David Lee.
right.
And Mustafi.
Yes.
So, all right, Bones, there's our third. Second, who do you have?
Chelsea.
Okay.
Another team, kind of the opposite of Liverpool, very questionable defense, but I trust their attack. Should we go through them, the new addition, Stevie, again?
Yeah, I mean, give us some type of analysis.
Okay, so Timo Werner, who I've warned Chelsea fans, don't come looking for me. I'm warning you. He's going to miss a ton of chances, but his pace and with what they have behind him will create a ton. Also, I love Kai Havertz playing behind him. For those of you EPL elitists who won't watch the Bundesliga, unbelievably exciting player.
Farmers League.
Yeah, he gets into spaces. He creates things. He's hideous, which makes me like him.
Okay.
He's easier to root for. I'm like, I like rooting for an ugly guy.
Yeah, he's not like a perfect
right, yeah.
player, like a footballer.
He looks a little feral,
yeah.
maybe.
Feral.
He's had to fight for scraps. That's what I like about him. And then we talked about Ziyech. I do apologize for he's not better than Willian, but a very good option. And then we all know what Christian Pulisic did last year. And then you still have Conte, Kovacic, and Mason Mount. So, we can. I'll let you go through the defense, which is where the problems lie.
I'm with you on this. I have Chelsea finishing second. The big question mark for me left with Chelsea is what they're going to do with the keeper situation. Kepa was god-awful.
Didn't catch a corner all year.
Shocking.
Just unbelievable.
Yeah, there's rumors that he has now changed his mind. He wants to stay at Chelsea. You would think a player of that, on those types of wages that cost that much money, it's going to be tough to offload him, especially if he wants to stay. So I know there's been rumors linking Chelsea with Rennes goalie out in League 1. You wonder if he's still an option if Kepa essentially refuses to leave, or they're unwilling to unload Kepa for like a heavily discounted price and just suck up that loss. Caballero, his backup. Caballero was fine. He was fine in replacement of Kepa, but
great in bar fights.
Perfect in bar fight. Yeah, he's a bloke you want around in a bar fight. For me, one of the other glaring holes for Chelsea coming into this season was the center back position. We saw Lampard filter through all kinds of different pairings last year. Christensen, Zuma, Rudiger. The consistency for them was just non-existent. It seemed like Christensen and Zuma would have a great match. They'd pair them together. Lampard would pair them together again for the following match, and Zuma would have a howler. And so inserted Rudiger, and then he would do well, and then he'd have a howler. So with that type of inconsistency, there's probably no one better to bring in the world at that position than Thiago. Yes, he's 35 years old, but he also anchored a PSG back line.
Van Dijk wouldn't be better?
That's a fair point. But he's especially for on a free transfer, getting Thiago, who, if nothing else, is going to bring consistency and leadership to that back line. And those guys aren't young. Rudiger's not young. Zuma's not that young. Christian's not that young. But his leadership, everything that he's been through in his career, I think he's going to add a ton to them, add some consistency, which they're desperately hurting for. Emerson at left back was not the answer. Chilwell, who I think they overpaid for him, 50 mil. Sure. That's a high, steep price for him, but he's definitely an upgrade over Emerson. And then you just look at that attack now. You have Pulisic. Hopefully he can stay healthy for a full season. Timo Werner. I think the only question for Timo Werner is, with Chelsea, you would think is going to dominate the ball. Timo Werner's big strength was getting in behind defenses in the Bundesliga. If teams are packed in, is that space going to be there for him to get in behind defenses still? I don't know. We'll see how he reacts if he has to play in front of the back line. And then Hakim Ziyech, he's 27, so he maybe has 1-2 years to kind of really acclimate to the Premier League. He's kind of a finished product. We'll see how he does. I'm with you. I don't think he's upgrade over Willian right now. I would not be shocked if any of the new guys that Chelsea brings in, if he's the one that maybe has or underperforms. Even though I'm a big Hakim Ziyech fan.
And a big Dutch soccer fan in general.
Yes, that is true. And then you look at their center, the park is just incredible with the depth that they have. Conte, there's rumors about him leaving to PSG or even Real Madrid. We'll see, though. Kovacic, Chelsea's player of the year last year, at times looked unpressable. Mason Mount, we know he's going to find his way into the starting lineup, the coach's son. And then Havertz, you mentioned. the feral mouse. So we'll see how great of a year he has. I'm a big Kai Havertz fan as well.
Havertz.
So, Bones, I'm with you. Chelsea at 2. And big shout out to Sean O'Connor commenting on our YouTube page, really calling out our bullshit last time. Yes, Chelsea is having the best offseason out of any club in the world. I didn't even mention Sarr, who's being added from Watford in that center mid. So massive upgrades for Chelsea, really all over the park. And it doesn't sound like they're even finished yet. Yeah. So, Sean O'Connor, thank you for calling our bullshit. So, Bones, that leaves us top spot. Who is winning the Premier League?
Sheffield.
Fuck out of here.
No, it's obviously Man City. I think even without Messi, they win it. With him, they obviously win it. I mean, we can just go, talent for days. Aguero, still a world-class striker, in my opinion. Jesus, a great guy to be able to bring off the bench. Then you look at the wings. You have Mahrez, you have Sterling, you have Bernardo Silva, who can kind of play all over the place. Then in the middle, you have arguably the best, for my money, the best midfielder in the world in Kevin De Bruyne. You can slide Foden into where David Silva was, and you have Rodrigo and Fernandinho behind him. Center back is probably the only place you'd like to. Center back and left back are their only kind of weaknesses, but I still think they're easily the best team in the EPL. And I think they come back focused after an embarrassing Champions League loss.
Yeah, so Bones, fucking kills me again. I'm with you. I think Man City. To me, the only real question, we've seen Pep Guardiola has just cycled through center backs, but he's still found a way to make it work for the most part. So for me, the only question is, where is Man City's focus going to be? Champions League is the last hurdle for not only Pep Guardiola with Man City, but that ownership group with Man City. So is Man City going to be so focused on Champions League, so dedicated on avenging that loss to Lyon, that embarrassing loss to Lyon, that they lose concentration like we saw them do in 8 games this past year that they lost? So Man City, are they going to be focused on Champions League? Is the focus still going to be there for the EPL? I think it is. I could see them winning the EPL. Maybe not easily, but I could see them winning it.
Their goal differential this year was 67. They just had, like you said, they just had some weird losses.
Yeah, just a few bad games. If they can cut that down, maybe luck here and there, bounce of a ball one way or another. So if they can cut that down, and add on top of it the fact that Messi is rumored to be joining them. We'll see. That seems to fluctuate every other day. There's a different rumor coming out, and we'll see the legal battle that ensues with that as well. But center back seems to be a big thing, a big hole for them. They've spent tons of money. John Stones is Bones. Even when he's healthy, he can't even get in the lineup. They're moving Fernandinho back.
Correct.
Yeah, so we'll see. Koulibaly, the big defender from Napoli, is rumored to be going to Man City.
He is great.
Yeah, he is great. He's probably a top 3 or 4 center back in the world. You add him to that roster. You like your chances with Man City. Pep Guardiola, still a great coach, at least in the league. Maybe not Champions League. At least in the league, he seems like a great coach. So
I saw somewhere on Twitter they were saying that Messi's going to start at center back in the Champions League elimination.
Pep Guardiola at one point did say in his career when he was at Barcelona that Messi could be the best center back in the world if you wanted.
Maybe we'll find out.
Yeah, maybe we'll find out. So, Bones, that's our top 4. One glaring omission, and we'll just end it with this one, Bones. So, where's Man United?
I have them 5th, I believe, 5th or 6th. I know they finished 3rd last year, but they weren't impressive to me. They were up and down all year. They kind of got saved by a lot of PKs at the end of the year. Pogba can't stay healthy. Why can no one say that? Martial is inconsistent. Rashford looked terrible after the restart. Greenwood's 19. Maguire and Lindelof, terrible center backs. Maguire I think will be better this year. And then you have Williams and Shaw on the outside, and then the goalie situation, they get Henderson. But now it creates this thing with De Gea. I don't trust Ole. I don't know why everyone's so high on them. I just don't get it.
Yeah, if you're a Man United fan, I think the thing that you love going into this year is that there's a quick turnaround. So less time for Luke Shaw to be sitting on the couch eating cheese puffs. That has to be an improvement right there. But no, more seriously, I'm with you, Bones. And actually, I'm a little bit higher on Manchester United than you are. Again, going back to Liverpool, if I had any balls, I would drop Liverpool out of top 4.
Wow.
I really think Manchester United's going to be in there. And I say that for a couple of reasons. The problems at left back still exist. You hope you could just get some solid performances out of Williams and Luke Shaw. But There's rumors about Manchester United adding Upamecano from Red Bull Leipzig.
Another great center back.
If they're able to do that, we talked about Dean Henderson coming back from Sheffield United, probably replacing David De Gea in the starting lineup. So Dean Henderson, an immediate upgrade. Luke Shaw or David De Gea, you can't kick save everything, man. You just got to use the hands every once in a while.
What a fall from grace.
Yeah, and so that's an immediate upgrade. That's a big problem that they've fixed right there, in-house. And then Harry Maguire, we talked about it. He and Lindelof, that pairing, not really working out to what everybody thought. But if you have Upamecano, who can play left center back, that pushes Harry Maguire over to his more natural right center back. You think that immediately upgrades 2 spots for him with just one move. And then Van de Beek added in to this midfield from Ajax. Great player. It's interesting to see where he's going to fit into this whole thing when Bruno, Pogba, and really they're only lacking a 6. So does Van de Beek, who's not really a number 6, does he slide up to the 8 spot? Pogba sits back as a number 6. We'll see. And then again, can Martial, can Greenwood, and Rashford, can they consistently provide the goals? If not, then they'll just rely on the goal. The referees to give them penalties.
I think the answer with Martial is no. Like, is he brilliant some games, best player on the field?
Yeah.
Absolutely, but there's so many games where he just doesn't show up, and that's been consistent throughout his career. It's not like this is a one-year thing.
Yeah, same with Rashford. Consistency is the big key. So if those 3 up top can really put it together, and again, if they can add Upamecano from Red Bull Leipzig, I do have Manchester United in mind. I didn't officially put them in, but I could see them making their way in the top 4.
For me, they're no Tottenham.
So, anyways, season's starting up, not this Saturday, but next weekend. Tons of content. Transfers are happening left and right. Everton with some big moves as well. Make sure you're staying up to date with all of it. You can like this video if you like this content. Subscribe if you want to see more of it. Follow us on social media. We're on all Instagram, Twitter. There's a new thing called Facebook that we're on as well.
They don't. I've heard they don't sell your information, so you can put whatever you want on there. Credit cards.
Perfect.
Politics, religious beliefs. It's all good.
Perfect. It's all free game. Yeah. So make sure you're following all of it. Comment on all the videos too. Sean O'Connor, shout out to you. And then we will see you guys this Monday.